Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today's the 23rd of January 2025 and President Donald Trump, guys, he had made promises and looks like the promises has been kept and Ross Selbit, guys, has been set free. So look, guys, this is the power of President Trump, isn't it? And what I'll do, guys, in today's episode, he signed a lot of executive orders as well. We won't get into the executive orders because these are not connected to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to the White House website and you will see a list of executive orders and news. And you'd be surprised because a lot of information that is put out by left-leaning mainstream media is completely different that is actually put out by the White House website. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, once again, rather than listening to mainstream media, always look at information from first source. So in today's episode, guys, we'll definitely go and touch base on the news regarding Ross William Albright. And along with that, guys, President Trump has also signed a $500 billion target AI infrastructure project. So we'll very briefly touch base on this because there are three tech firms that are involved in this. One of them is OpenAI, the second one is Oracle, and the third one is SoftBank. So things are definitely looking good so far as artificial intelligence is concerned in the United States of America. Now, one of the biggest drawbacks of the Biden administration, guys, was they were against freedom of speech, isn't it? And in 2022, under the Biden administration, the OFAC did actually sanction Tornado Cash. And I did have an interview with Dr. Anish Mohammed, who's one of the OGs in the cryptography space. And we talked about what are the consequences of sanctioning a protocol. Now, there is a really positive and interesting update to this, guys. And under the Trump administration, a US court in Texas has overturned OFAC's 2020 sanctions. So definitely positive news, particularly if you're building something in the privacy space. And this, to be honest, guys, is definitely a win not just for the privacy sector, but also for people who are building things in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space. So definitely positive news. Now look, guys, I'm pretty much sure the next coming days and years, we will be hearing some positive news under the Trump administration. Now the next news, guys, is connected to the issuers of USDC, that is Circle, and they have acquired Hashnode. So I'll go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. Because look, guys, since the last few years, Circle USDC has definitely been making quite a lot of partnership, and they also MiCA compliant as well, isn't it? So I'll go ahead and share more information regarding this. Now since the last week, our Solana's volume has definitely pumped up, and along with that, the prices are pumped up as well. And unfortunately, that just means a lot of transactions are taking place, isn't it? And unfortunately, that just means a lot of transactions are taking place. And so far as Coinbase is concerned, they did have a lot of problems and transactions were actually getting delayed, and that is because of Trump's meme coin as well. But looks like Coinbase has resolved Solana's transaction problem, so I'll very briefly touch base on this. Now the final news for today is definitely not a positive news, particularly for United Arab Emirates, and one of the crypto companies called CSL Global, they have actually admitted to wash trading. This puts a very bad news not just for the cryptocurrency space, but also for United Arab Emirates. And what is really interesting to note, guys, is they've also decided to pay the fine, and based on the official information by the US Attorney Office for District of Massachusetts, looks like they will be banned from US crypto markets. Definitely unfortunate news, but at the same time, guys, looks like it is definitely a right move for the cryptocurrency industry. Now, so far as wash trading is concerned, guys, this is definitely not right, because they just inflate the transactions taking place not just in cryptocurrency exchanges, but also in blockchain protocols as well. Definitely unfortunate news. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date series, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, if you're actually connected to podcasting, because in Dubai, guys, there is an official organization called as Dubai Press Club, and they are the ones who actively promote podcasting areas. Now the news essentially is that Dubai Press Club, along with Dubai Media Academy, they're organizing a training program to explore AI's transformative role in media. So in today's episode, I'll definitely go and touch base on this news. Now the second news, guys, is also connected to artificial intelligence, and this news is all the way from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And Saudi's giant company, that is Aramco, they are tapping into Alphabet's spin-off company called Sandbox AQ, and this is for AI collaboration. So I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this. So quite a lot of cover, guys, in today's episode actually. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, hey guys, look, there are a few things that I'm really passionate about in life. The first one is death metal, second is Bitcoin, the third one is ice cold beer, and since the last decade I'm passionate about obstacle course racing, and Spartan Race, they are the pinnacle of obstacle course racing. Now here's the thing, guys, Spartan Race is starting a new chapter in the Middle East, and what better way to start it by having the first ever Spartan trifecta in Dubai. So Spartan Race in the Middle East is doing it really big, and they are organizing 3 events taking place between the 25th and 26th of this month, and they're doing it at the most iconic location, that is Dubai Parks and Resorts. So look, guys, if you're into running, if you want to challenge yourself, and if you're into adventure, you definitely need to check out Spartan Race Middle East, and Spartan Race is what you need to sign up for. Now I'm a brand ambassador for Spartan Race, guys, and I have a 20% discount code just for you. And the code for that is George20, and the link to that is in the show notes below as well. Now look, guys, I'm addicted to Spartan Race, and I do have a second podcast called as the Race Space Podcast, where I've interviewed athletes, world champions, and race directors. So please feel free to go and check out my second podcast. And also, guys, go to YouTube and look at Spartan Race, and you have a chance to be part of history, because this is the first ever trifecta in Dubai. So when you talk about trifecta, guys, essentially there are 3 events. One of them is called a sprint, which is essentially 5 kilometers with 20 obstacles. The second one is super, which has 10 kilometers and 25 obstacles. And the third one is called a speed, which is 20 kilometers of running and 30 obstacles. So look, guys, if you want to overcome your obstacles, want to go out and challenge yourself, sign up for Spartan Race in the Middle East, and the discount code is George20, and the link to that is in the show notes below. So see you guys at the event. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Space Podcast. So check out the Race Space Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Space Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform. Check out the Race Space Podcast across all leading platforms.
And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers two hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below.
Now guys, since you're taking care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now as of today guys, the 23rd of January, the global cryptocurrency market is at $3.59 trillion, and since the last 24 hours, the global cryptocurrency market is down by 1.91%. Now in the world of meme coins guys, the numbers are not looking great in comparison to when President Donald Trump did officially go ahead and launch his meme coin, and we'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this. But look guys, it is really important to understand, on the 29th of this month is when the FOMC meeting is scheduled to take place, and Federal Chair Jerome Powell will be making a decision whether to keep the interest rate, reduce the interest rate, or increase the interest rate. Now Reuters did actually do a poll, and based on the understanding guys, there is a very high possibility that Jerome Powell will be keeping the interest rate the same, and that, to be honest guys, is definitely a positive sign, which just means guys, there is a very high possibility after the announcement, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be pumping up. But look guys, what I'd really recommend you to do is go ahead and listen to Federal Chair Jerome Powell's announcement when he's live, and after that, go ahead and listen to what mainstream media says, because look guys, the market, whether we like it or not, does actually react to what mainstream media is saying, and based on my experience guys, mainstream media does put out a completely different narrative to what the actual facts are. Those are unfortunately some of the dangers of fake news and mainstream media. Now whether we like it or not guys, market does actually react to fake news mainstream media. No matter if you go ahead and do your analysis based on factual information, a majority of the people, they don't look at information from first sources in it. Look at the executive orders that has been signed by President Donald Trump. A lot of mainstream media are cherry picking the information, and they're going ahead and putting their own narrative regarding it. But as I mentioned earlier guys, the only website to look at information from the first source regarding the executive orders is the White House official website, and once you actually read through it guys, you'd be surprised 90% of the information that mainstream media is publishing is completely different, and that is the reason why it is called as fake news. So what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, over the weekend and few days before the FOMC meeting, keep a track of the volume of stable coins, and that would give us a good assessment as to which direction the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are heading towards. Now let's quickly run to the global cryptocurrency market snapshot, because the global cryptocurrency market volume since the last 24 hours is down, and since the last 24 hours it is down by 33.15%. In terms of dollar amount guys, I am kind of content with what is going on, because the rate is at $147.62 billion. Now unfortunately guys, no matter what is happening at the geopolitical level, the volume of decentralized finance is exactly the same, and today it is down to $8.26 billion, and DeFi as of today is accounting for only 5.60% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now if you look at the total value locked guys, since November, so the total value locked has been on a stark decline, and today the total value locked across all blockchain protocol is down to $124.76 billion. Now Lido is still dominating so far as TVL or total value locked is concerned, and the total value locked in terms of dollar amount is $31.36 billion. Now one matrix which is definitely pumped up, that is the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance, and today guys the number is 56.09%. But look guys, there is a massive red flag to this, because majority of the transactions are actually taking place in Radium. On the 21st of this month guys, only the volume of Radium accounted for $11 billion. These are numbers that we've never seen before, and the only reason why this has happened is because of President Donald Trump's meme coin, isn't it? And if you look at the top 5 decentralized exchange guys, for the third time in a row, Uniswap is back to number 3rd, and looks like all the transactions are actually taking place in Solana. And if you look at the 24-hour volume of decentralized exchanges, guys, Radium today once again is leading the pack, and its 24-hour volume is $5.02 billion. PancakeSwap is at number 2nd, and its 24-hour volume is almost on the verge of touching the $5 billion mark. It is at $4.92 billion to be precise. Uniswap, guys, for a very strange reason, is down to number 3rd. Its volume is at $4.82 billion. Meteora, guys, is at number 4th, and its 24-hour volume is $2.66 billion. At number 5th is Orca, and its 24-hour trading volume is $1.88 billion. Now let's quickly run through the volume of stablecoins. Now, on the 21st of January, the volume of stablecoins was on the verge of crossing the $300 billion mark, and that is because of a lot of drama regarding meme coins, isn't it? But looks like the volume has gone down. But I'm kind of content with this number, guys, because look, these numbers are definitely better than what it was in 2022 and 2023. And with the CPI numbers coming up, I'm definitely expecting the volume of stablecoins to be around the $150 to $180 billion range. Now today it is at $134.64 billion, and stablecoins is accounting for 91.21% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And out of this $134.64 billion, guys, Tether USDT is accounting for $115.38 billion. Circle USDC is at number 2nd, and its 24-hour volume is $10.82 billion. And later on, guys, we'll go and discuss a massive partnership that is done by Circle USDC. Now look, guys, with Circle being MiCA compliant and with Ripple getting into the stablecoin game, I'm pretty much sure 3 to 5 years down the line, most likely Tether USDT might be out of the picture, but this is just my speculation in my honest opinion. Let's see, guys, if my prediction turns out to be true. Now regarding the 24-hour volume of stablecoins, FDUSD is at number 3rd, and its 24-hour volume is $7.03 billion. Now let's quickly run to the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now Ethereum's dominance, guys, has taken a massive hit, and it's needless to say, guys, that is because a lot of transactions are actually taking place in Solana, isn't it? And right now, guys, Ethereum's dominance is down to 10.90%, whereas Bitcoin's dominance for some odd reason has actually pumped up, and right now it is at 57.37%. Now if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, guys, the 24-hour trading volume for Bitcoin is $55.16 billion, whereas Ethereum is at $22.31 billion. Now that thing being said, guys, since the last 24 hours, looks like the market cap has pumped up for Ethereum, and today it is at $392 billion, whereas Bitcoin's market cap is at $2.06 trillion. Now this entire week, guys, I was looking at the market cap of meme coins, isn't it? But what I want to do in today's episode is, I only want to look at the 24-hour volume, and that would give us some idea as to what is going on in the meme coin world. Because look, guys, Dogecoin is definitely the number 1 so far as the market cap is concerned, but since the last 24 hours, a lot of transactions and the 24-hour trading volume is actually taking place in Trump's meme coin, and the official Trump meme coin's 24-hour volume is at a staggering $12.04 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume is almost 6 times of that of Dogecoin's 24-hour trading volume. That, to be honest, is absolutely strange and crazy, isn't it? Now, if you look at Dogecoin's 24-hour trading volume, it is at $2.70 billion. The third one is Pepe, guys, and its 24-hour trading volume is well below the $1 billion mark. It is at $877 million. Bongas is at number 4th, and its market cap is $597 million. At number 5th, guys, is an absolute crazy one, and this is to do with Fartcoin. And check this out, guys, the 24-hour trading volume is $406 million. What a crazy thing to be looking at. Now, guys, let's go and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin right now is at $103,984. And unfortunately, guys, since the last 24 hours, it is down by 2.21%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 4.41%. Now, look, guys, one thing what I'm noticing in the cryptocurrency space is people were expecting Trump to say something regarding the cryptocurrency world. Trump did not make absolutely any promise in the cryptocurrency world. The only thing that he said was regarding the Bitcoin strategic reserve, and the only thing that he said that the existing Bitcoins that is held by the US government would not be sold. Unfortunately, guys, people are making their own interpretation, and I've said this thing in the past as well. A lot of the so-called crypto influencers, they're making their own interpretation that President Donald Trump will be buying Bitcoin and putting it as a strategic reserve. This at this point of time is a complete no, and looks like people are just making up their own opinion. And these are the same people, guys, who are upset that President Donald Trump did not say absolutely anything at the inauguration ceremony. Absolutely crazy thing by them. And then, guys, what happens is mainstream and fake news media, they got and put out a fake news narrative that President Donald Trump has not fulfilled his promise. This, to be honest, guys, is definitely not right, isn't it? And looks like by believing in fake news and mainstream media, these are the guys who are suffering for it. Now, if you look at the price of Ethereum, guys, right now it is at $3,249. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 2.47%. And since the last 7 days, it is down by 5.02%. Ripple or XRP, guys, since the last 24 hours, it is marginally down by 0.11%. And the price of Ripple right now is at $3.17. And if you look at Ripple since the last 7 days, it is up by 3.95%. Now let me quickly go ahead and check Ripple's market cap, guys. Because a little over 2 weeks ago, guys, Ripple's market cap was neck to neck with Tether USDT's market cap. And in few days, Tether USDT's market cap did actually surpass Ripple's market cap. But I'm looking at it right now by a coin market cap, guys. And Ripple's market cap is at a staggering $181 billion. Whereas Tether USDT's market cap is only at $138 billion. Now look, guys, for almost 3 to 4 years, Binance BNB's market cap was definitely in the top 3. But looks like right now it is almost half of that of Ripple's market cap. And Binance BNB's market cap is down to $98.42 billion. And this is only because of Biden administration going after CZ and Binance, isn't it? So I'm really curious to check, guys, with President Donald Trump in charge right now, how does the price of Binance BNB chain react as well? Now, whether you like President Donald Trump or not, guys, you have to admit that promises made were promises kept. And President Donald Trump, in his rally at the Liberty National Convention Committee, did actually state that on day 1 he will be freeing Ross Ulbricht. And guess what, guys? Promises were made and promises were kept. And Ross William Ulbricht has received the full pardon. Now, Trump did actually call his mother and did actually say that her son is coming home. And Ross Ulbricht is free and is already on his way home. And there are pictures circulating him of leaving the office. Definitely a brilliant move by President Donald Trump. Now, I'm really curious to check as if fake news mainstream media is actually covering this news. I'm pretty much sure they're not going to be talking about this, isn't it? Now, along with Ross Ulbricht being set free, guys, one of the promises of President Donald Trump is that Gary Gensler will be fired. And Gary Gensler is completely out of SEC as well. He's no longer part of United Security and Exchange Commission. And there will be a new SEC. And he's definitely a massive fan of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So look, guys, promises are being made and promises are being kept. Now, regarding President Donald Trump, guys, he also made an announcement regarding a $500 billion Stargate AI infrastructure project. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, in the show notes below, there is an entire video where he briefly talked about the investment, and he also invited 3 tech CEOs, that is OpenAI Sam Altman, Oracle's Larry Ellison, as well as SoftBank's Mayoshi Son. I'd really urge you guys to go ahead and check the entire video. And here's the crazy thing, guys. Immediately after the session, the fake news and mainstream media, rather than asking questions about $500 billion Stargate AI infrastructure project, they started to ask him some really nonsense questions as to why did he pardon some of the prisoners. Now look, this particular session had to do with the $500 billion Stargate AI infrastructure project, isn't it? And these questions should have been directed to this, but they did not even ask him any questions regarding this. Now, regarding this $500 billion Stargate AI infrastructure project, guys, Sam Altman and Larry Ellison did actually talk about what the investment would be getting into, and looks like they're working on artificial intelligence merging with healthcare industry. And Larry Ellison, guys, he was talking about how doctors in India, they will be able to take consultation from doctors anywhere in the world, and they will be able to do that real time. And they're also talking about vaccination that can be created to go ahead and cure cancer cells, and this could be done probably in the matter of 48 hours. Now look, guys, so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, things are definitely looking good for humanity, isn't it? And SoftBank's founder, that is Mayoshi Son, guys, he also talked about artificial super intelligence, and I very strongly feel, guys, so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, merging with the healthcare industry is definitely going to be a game changer. Now, on a side and fun note, guys, the very first time President Donald Trump invited Mayoshi Son, at that point of time, Mayoshi Son did actually make a commitment to go ahead and invest $100 billion, and President Donald Trump put him on the spot and asked him to go ahead and invest another $100 billion. Now, this particular video in the show notes below, guys, guess what? Mayoshi Son did make a commitment to go ahead and invest $500 billion. That is absolutely crazy and wild. and this just shows the power of President Donald Trump. Now you can like him or not, but you definitely have to agree that he's probably one of the best deal makers in the history of mankind, and probably one of the greatest marketers as well. From $100 billion, guys, he pitched him to at $200 billion, and now looks like Maharshi Sun has come back with $500 billion. Absolutely great news. Now regarding Sam Altman, guys, he also gave some bits and pieces of information on what AI would be doing so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, and there was an indirect impact to the cryptocurrency that is associated with OpenAI, and the price of Worldcoin, guys, did actually bump up by 25%, so I thought I'll just go ahead and mention that. Now guys, let's go ahead and discuss another positive news, and this is connected to privacy and Tornado Cash, guys. They were sanctioned going back to August of 2022, and this might be the very first time where a protocol or project was sanctioned. Now there's a really interesting update to this, guys. A US district court in Texas has overturned sanctions against Tornado Cash. Now regarding Tornado Cash, guys, it is essentially a cryptocurrency mixing protocol, and this might be the very first time where a protocol or project was sanctioned. The best analogy I can think of, guys, is let's say if someone go ahead and used a car to go ahead and rob someone, what the government actually did, they went ahead and put a sanction on the car, and they made sure that people will no longer be using car. It just does not make absolutely any sense, isn't it? And Tornado Cash, guys, is essentially a cryptocurrency mixing protocol. Now regarding overturning the sanctions on Tornado Cash, it is definitely a landmark decision favoring cryptocurrency privacy technologies. And regarding the sanctions, guys, as I mentioned earlier, it was imposed by the OFAC, that is the US Treasury Office of Foreign Assets Control, and this was done in August of 2022. And at that point of time, guys, a lot of people in the cryptocurrency space were really upset with the United States government, and the OFAC under the Biden administration accused Tornado Cash of enabling money laundering for the North Korean Lazarus Group, which reportedly funneled over $455 million in stolen digital assets through the platform. Now regarding overturning the decision, guys, it is definitely a legal victory for Tornado Cash. However, the developer, that is Alexey Pertsev, still remains in custody, having sentenced in May 2024. But here's the thing, guys, he is not in custody in the United States of American government. He is in custody by the Dutch courts, and looks like he will still be in prison for 5 years in prison for laundering $1.2 billion using the protocol. Now this point of time, guys, I really am not sure if the President of the United States of America can do anything about it. And if I'm not mistaken, Alexey Pertsev is not an American citizen as well, isn't it? In case if I'm wrong, guys, mention them in the comments below. Now regarding this decision, the reversal follows an appeal by 6 Tornado Cash users who did make an argument that the OFAC, that is US Treasury Office of Foreign Asset Control, exceeded its authority by sanctioning the protocol's immutable smart contracts, which they contended are not property under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. And the plaintiffs, guys, emphasize the importance of privacy options in blockchain transactions, and this is because of the inherent traceability. Now while this rulemaking, guys, marks a significant shift towards supporting innovative friendly regulations and privacy-preserving technologies, it also highlights ongoing debates and accountability and the misuse of decentralized platforms as well, isn't it? But definitely positive news, at least from a protocol level. Now guys, let me very briefly touch base on some news regarding Circle. And Circle have announced acquisition of Hashnode and USYC tokenized money market fund, alongside strategic partnership with global trading firm called as DRW. And this partnership, guys, is with DRW's Cumberland, and this will enhance liquidity and adoption of both USDC and USYC. And USYC, if I'm not mistaken, guys, it is working on Canton blockchain, and Circle also plans to deploy USDC and Canton blockchain, and this will enable 24/7 financial transactions in traditional finance. And the CEO, that is Jeremy Allaire, was excited regarding this news, and he did actually publish this via LinkedIn. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, in the show notes below, there is an official blog that is published by the Circle's website, and I got that link from Jeremy Allaire's LinkedIn post, so please feel free to go ahead and check it out. Now look, guys, so far stablecoins are concerned, Circle has definitely been making quite a lot of partnerships in 2023, and because they are MiCA compliant, guys, I'm really curious to check who's leading the pack 3 to 5 years down the line so far as the volume of stablecoins is concerned. Cause Tether, the issuers of USDT, they have decided not to be compliant with MiCA regulations, so definitely interesting times ahead in the world of stablecoins. Now guys, let me very briefly touch base on some news regarding Solana transactions, because ever since President Donald Trump launched his meme coin, looks like the transactions went completely berserk, and even the price of Solana did actually reach to a new all-time high, and there were several transactions delays on Solana blockchain, But there is a quick update to this, and looks like Coinbase has resolved Solana transaction delays that was caused by Trump meme coin frenzy. Now the price of Solana sold did actually reach a record of $293, and if you look at Solana's total value log, guys, it did actually reach $13.9 billion. Now I'm really curious to check, guys, if other politicians go and launch their meme coin. There is a very high possibility they will be doing that, but will it be as successful as Trump's meme coin? I highly doubt it, to be completely honest. Now guys, let's go ahead and discuss some unfortunate news, and this is to do with a UAE crypto company called CSL Global, and looks like they have admitted to wash trading. This, to be honest guys, is definitely a bad reputation for UAE companies as well, isn't it? And CLS Global FCC, which is a UAE based crypto firm, guys, has pleaded guilty to market manipulation and wire fraud charges, and they have openly admitted in engaging in wash trading to fake trading volumes for Next Fund AI token. And if you go to Next Fund AI token's website, guys, that has been taken out as well. And regarding CLS Global, guys, they have agreed to pay a fine of almost $500,000, $428,059 to be precise, and they will also be banned from US crypto markets. And the Security and Exchange Commission has also taken several actions against CLS Global. Now regarding this news, guys, this news is published by the US Attorney's Office for District of Massachusetts, and the link to that is in the show notes below. And regarding CLS Global, guys, they must certify compliance with the ban annually as well. Definitely unfortunate news, and definitely not looking good for United Arab Emirates in my honest opinion. So these were some macro level news, guys, on the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, is regarding Dubai Press Club and Dubai Media Academy, and they are organizing a training program to explore AI's transformative role in media. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this, because the aim is to anticipate future digital trends and advance the media sector's development, and they are focusing on equipping regional media professionals with AI technologies. And so far skill development is concerned, guys, looks like this particular program is designed to enable media practitioners to create innovative solutions to enhance their work, and they are also going to feature interactive workshops and thought-provoking discussions on AI and media. And they are focusing heavily on innovation, guys, and this particular program emphasizes developing future-ready media models AI using artificial intelligence, and they will be hosting these sessions with companies and organizations specializing in AI and media. And so far as the case studies are concerned, guys, they will be showcasing real-world application in content production, analytics and distributions. Now regarding session 1 highlight, guys, it is titled From Lab to Newsroom, Success Stories of AI and Media, and it will feature practical applications and industry use cases, and looks like there'll be speakers from Ingram Micro, Forbes, CNBC Arabia and quite a lot more. And so far as the second session is concerned, it is titled The Turning Point, and it is addressing AI's growing challenges in media, and looks like it is tackling pressing industry issues. Now some of the key challenges, guys, they're going to be discussing is misinformation, linguistic barriers, fairness and intellectual properties in AI practices. And just a few days ago, guys, I also talked about Dubai's AI CLS in it, and what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to Dubai Center for Artificial Intelligence website and look at what Dubai CL is. It is definitely a must if you want to go out and work with Dubai government or UAE government. Now regarding this news, guys, there's also a platform for exchange, and looks like they will facilitate knowledge sharing among media professionals and industry experts, and looks like participants will be equipped with tools and insights to develop effective AI strategies for future media operations. Definitely a brilliant move. Now regarding Dubai Press Club, guys, they do have a lot of sessions connected to podcasting, but if I'm not mistaken, guys, it is only for Arabic content. But nonetheless, guys, it is definitely a great initiative. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to the Dubai Press Instagram profile, and they do have quite a lot of podcasting sessions at least once in 3 months. Definitely worth looking into. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss some news regarding artificial intelligence from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia's Aramco, guys, they are tapping into Alphabet's spin-off that is Sandbox AQ, and this is for AI collaboration. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Because Saudi Aramco has signed a deal with Sandbox AQ, which is an Alphabet Inc. spin-off, and looks like they want to leverage AI in addressing carbon emission. And this particular collaboration, guys, aims to transform carbon emission into useful and marketable products. And Aramco, as you know, have been investing in AI through a dedicated unit, that is Aramco Digital, and they are focusing on enhancing its energy business. And Aramco Ventures arm has already allocated $100 million for early stage AI firms. Now regarding Sandbox AI expertise, guys, The startup specializes in AI and quantum technologies, and they are targeting industrial applications, and this particular project seeks to increase Aramco's revenue by upvaluing low-value fuels as well as CO2 emissions. And the initiative aims to reduce carbon emissions and mitigate the atmospheric presence. And Sandbox AQ CEO, that is Jack Henry, has highlighted the goal of converting emissions and marketable products to benefit both the environment and revenue streams. And regarding this announcement, guys, this deal was discussed by Henry during an interview in Davos, Switzerland. Now, details of the financial operation terms of the deal were not disclosed, but the partnership explores using captured carbon for products like jet fuel and building materials. Now, look, so far as AI is concerned, it is definitely driving innovation in carbon capture and utilization in industrial projects worldwide. And with Stargate that has been announced by President Donald Trump, I definitely do think that AI is the next frontier, isn't it? And regarding Saudi Arabia, guys, the country aims to strengthen its competitive position in the global AI and energy industries. And AI technologies as such are central to transforming pollutants into commercially viable products. And Aramco's initiative, guys, aligned with Saudi Arabia's broader push for AI-driven innovation. Now, this collaboration, guys, reflects Aramco's commitment to sustainable energy solution, and the project looks like it could set a precedent for integrating AI and carbon management for energy companies as well. Definitely brilliant news. And look, so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, it is definitely turning out to be a game changer. So those were the newscasts on the Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Josh who asks, what do you think of President Donald Trump's meme coin? Are you a fan of it or are you not a fan of it? Now look, George, this is such a tricky question. Me personally, I'm definitely a huge fan of President Donald Trump. Now regarding this meme coin, I do have apprehensions. Now what I'd really recommend you to do is, and even for our listeners to do is, go to the official website where the meme token is launched, and the website I believe is getfrommemes.com. Now look, from a legal point of view, Josh looks like he's definitely done a lot of due diligence. Now what I'd really recommend listeners to do is, before they actually go and buy this meme coin, read through what that website states, and it clearly states that the Trump memes are only intended for function as expression for support, and definitely not for investment. And looks like from a legal point of view, not only President Donald Trump, probably anyone in the world can go and launch their meme coins. So from a legal point of view, he's definitely taken the right route, and he can do whatever he wants. As much as what an average person can do, he can go and do that, isn't it? Now the unfortunate drawback to this is, there are some notorious traders as well as KOL, as well as so-called crypto influencers. What they do is, they go and buy these meme coins and many others at an early price, and these guys are the ones who actually go and pump it, and once the price reaches a certain threshold, these guys are the ones who actually go and sell it. So to answer your question, I have mixed reaction to this. President Trump can do whatever he wants with his life, and definitely can do whatever he wants to do with meme coins, isn't it? Now it is our responsibility to identify if these meme coins are great or not. Me personally, I'll only buy it because I'm a fan of President Donald Trump, but I will definitely not buy it from an investment point of view. Now that thing being said, one of the things that I did not like about this particular project is that this particular project, at least from now, I believe you can only buy it from an app called as Moonshot, and that, to be honest, right now is not available in United Arab Emirates, isn't it? So that is something which I definitely do not like. Another thing which I did not like is regarding Moonshot. I do believe they use services like MoonPay, and they will allow you to buy it only if you have done KYC and AML. Now look, from a legal point of view, looks like President Donald Trump has definitely taken the right move. But when you talk about Bitcoin and open blockchain, ideally these transactions should only be peer-to-peer, isn't it? So in this case, the transaction directly should be by President Donald Trump, directly with you, the end user. But looks like now there are some intermediaries involved. So keeping that thing in mind, I'm definitely not a fan of it. But look, President Donald Trump can do whatever he wants. And if you actually go to the website legally, President Donald Trump has definitely taken the right move. And if you remember, Josh, a few months ago, even Haley was the girl behind the famous Octo meme. She went ahead and launched something similar, isn't it? Now in that case, the founders were the one who actually did a rug pull, but legally again looks like what she did was fine. But looks like the founding members who are along with her, they were the ones who took majority of the fun, and so far as I understand, she is not happy about that either. So we can't keep blaming people for doing what they want to do. It is so important that we go ahead and do our own due diligence, isn't it? But definitely interesting question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto with Coffee podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact on the cryptocurrency world. The other day news and information is related to Dubai, UAE and the Middle East, from the cryptocurrency, blockchain and now artificial intelligence world as well. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.